welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to do some raw technical price analysis on Terra Luna Classic, and we're going to go from top to bottom. Now firstly, what is it we're trying to do when we're looking at our technical analysis? Technical analysis largely is looking at previous price data and using that information to predict where price could potentially go next. And there's many different tools you can use to do this, technical tools like RSI, simple moving averages, MACD, etc, etc. But in this video we're going to go for raw price analysis. Now one thing I will say is, if we're looking at this Terra Luna Classic chart, one thing to understand is that 100% of the value of this project has been wiped away. Now there's two things that occur when this happens. Number one, the technical analysis is very unlikely to be as effective just because we're in the unknown territory, right? We're at a new low. Obviously we have found a bottom clearly, but when it comes to recovery and can this recover, that's a question. That's a different question because we have to look at the fundamental data. Now so far, the volume has increased. The community has grown exponentially, which is important, and people haven't given up on this project. So it's very unlikely that Terra Luna Classic as it is just going to fizzle away. So once we've established that, then we can move forward. Now the first thing that we want to do is start off on the larger time frame. So what I'm going to do, guys, is going to go to my weekly time frame. Now you could actually go to monthly. Let me just go on the monthly first. I'll go on the monthly first, and then we just zoom in just so we can see what's happening. Now guys, before I do continue, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and as always click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. So let's continue with the video. Now the reason why we want to go on the highest time frame possible is because it's going to give us a broader perspective and a more accurate picture of what is actually happening and where the overall trend is going, right? And as you guys can see, doing that already, we can already see very bullish pricing patterns, right? So we've got like a morning star here on the monthly time frame, which is good. We've got a nice bullish candlestick that, although there's a massive wick here, right? So it is kind of an indecisive candle. However, it has closed above this resistance area, and October, as you can see, we've started, above our previous range, right? We've closed above this range, which is what we essentially wanted to see to confirm bullish momentum, right? Now that we have the overall trend, we can all agree that the trend is moving quite clearly to the upside. This is where we want to go down a time frame. So we'll go on the weekly time frame, and as you can see, we have a more candlestick patterns. Now I forgot to mention, each candlestick, depending on the time frame, will represent one. So in this case, one candlestick here represents 1 week, right, which is 7 days. This candlestick here represents 1 week, which is a 7-day candlestick, right? And if I go back on the monthly, the one candlestick that you saw represents 1 month candlestick, right? So on the weekly time frame, you can see we have more candlesticks available, and we can see the patterns a lot more clearly. So the first thing that we notice are technical patterns, right? So for example, double bottom pattern, right? It looks like a W. So a W, let me just draw this in so you guys can see a double bottom pattern. You can see it's a W, and price, it actually played out and did extraordinarily well, and price rallied off this pattern. Again, when we were looking for support, we anticipated price moving simply based on us predicting that this will be our new area of support, new below structure area. And where did price rally to? Our previous, not high, but our our next solid level of resistance, which was this area here. Then price rejected, went back down, retested this support, and then of course broke structure area, and that's what we saw now. So what patterns can we identify from the weekly time frame? So the weekly time frame solidifies essentially the trend and also gives us double confirmation that actually this is likely to move to the upside. So then we want to start eyeing up our entry patterns, and I hope everybody watching this can agree that we are bullish. Now, why are we bullish before we move forward? Number one, we have clear bullish candlestick patterns such as the double bottom pattern. Also, we've closed above a key area of structure, and not only have we closed above, but we also rejected it. So came down, rejected the structure area, and have bounced off of it and closed above it, right? So now that we've come to that conclusion, we want to go on our entry time frames. This is going to be our 1 day and also 4 hour time frame, which I'm going to show you guys shortly. Now, as you guys can see, we now have a clearer picture of what's happening. Now, even though we are bullish on this, on Terra Luna Classic from the analysis I just showed you, you can see from the daily time frame that it looks like we could potentially go back down, come close to the structure area again before we take off, right? And that's why it's important to go down a time frame when you're looking for your entries, because of course if you enter on the weekly time frame, then you could see a significant drawdown before you see that move to the upside. So that's what the daily time frame is currently telling us. But of course, when we go down to the 4 hour time frame, again, we're going to get a lot more accurate analysis, and you can almost see here an inverse head and shoulders pattern here, which would be this V pattern here. Let me show you guys. So like this, and then up, and then we should go up, right? But of course, if this neckline is broken, then we will make a move maybe down to the 25 area and then start to rally again. But hopefully not. Hopefully we just make a move right away. But all patterns right now are indicating bullish momentum, and that's why we are so bullish on this project at the moment. Many people are wondering, how are we getting all the analysis right? How do we know where price is going to go next? How do we get those specific entries and exits? Is using our technical analysis skills to anticipate where price is likely to go next. And obviously when we add the fundamental data in there, it just makes a recipe for success. Guys, this is it for now. This is a brief breakdown of how we analyze Terra Luna Classic from a raw price analysis perspective. No RSIs, no MACDs, no technical tools, purely candlesticks and using previous support and resistance. So if you want those specific entries and exits, now's a good time to click the link in my description and join our Crypto Crew Premium channel, where you're going to get more in-depth analysis, access to our 100x gems, and much, much more. Guys, until the next update, seize the day.